One of the tips that I like to give everybody that I work with in my prepaid legal business, I think it should be included in any kind of training anybody does, and something that works in traditional business, not just indicative of our business, is making a list of the people that you know, people of the contacts, your center of influence, people you've done business with, people that own businesses, maybe routes you've had in the past, holiday lists. Any way you can accumulate data of people you know, have talked to, do business with, anything like that, it's very important to compile a list as you start your prepaid legal business. Think about this analogy. If you went out and decided to open a traditional business of any kind, I don't care if it's a cleaner's, hardware store, auto parts store, office supply store, doesn't matter what it is. You go in, you put the inventory, you pay whatever it is to start that business. You've got the accountants, you've got the tax people, you've got the employees, you've got everything it takes to own, operate, and run a business, but you make a conscious effort not to, tell anybody you're in that business. You know, you don't tell your friends, family, neighbors, relatives, mother, sister, aunt. You just decide, I'm not going to tell anybody about it. I'm not going to advertise. I'm not going to put signs up. I'm not going to do any of those things. You're not going to have an open sign. You're not going to have yellow pages. And you go in and you open the doors, and unless a mailman comes in to deliver mail to you and just says, hey, I'd like one of those, you're probably never going to sell anything. You know, folks, the reason I make that kind of silly little analogy is everybody on earth that starts a business, I don't care who it is, they contact people they know and let them know that they have a business. I did it in my printing business back in 1978, 1979 as we were starting. My father and I killed ourselves talking to everybody we knew. I want to talk to people I know. Hey, I've got a new printing business. Come and see us. Let us help you. Let's show you what we can do. And folks, in prepaid legal, I'm not selling people the product. I'm transferring belief to them because I fell in love with the product years ago. I'm passionate about it. It can change people's lives. We live in the most complicated society in the world. Why would you not want to tell everybody about what we have? And again, it's not about selling it or beating them up or garage qualifying them or any of those kinds of things. It's about letting somebody know that they can have access to the legal system. It's about letting somebody know about ID theft. Folks, it's on every front page of every magazine, of every news show, of every radio program. The way I look at it is you go to your newspaper or magazine or television and you go to the prepaid legal section because everything they're doing now is talking about things that we can help people with. So do you want to go make a list of the people you've done business with? People that own, operate, and run a business, HR directors. You might have somebody in your business that does employee benefits, for goodness sakes. You want to tell everybody about it. The most vital thing, in my opinion, is keeping that list, making it ongoing, and big important step, never prejudge. As you're making this list, one of the best pieces of advice I can give you is do not prejudge. Because, folks, the ones you think won't will, and the ones you think will won't. It's just the way it works. First person I ever sold a membership to, I thought they needed the membership because they had a business with a lot of exposure. Once I presented the product to this gentleman, he didn't buy it because he had exposure in his business. He bought it because his wife had been after him for 10 years to get a will written, and he bought it like that because of the will. The second person I prejudged was also this gentleman because I never talked to him about getting in the business. I just sold him the product. Why did I not talk to him about getting in the business? Because he had a successful business, he had money, he was educated, I thought he was better than I was. I thought he probably hated any kind of network marketing. 2 weeks later, a friend of mine that I had also recruited went and talked to him, didn't know I had talked to him about the membership, recruited him just like that. Why? Because this gentleman loved network marketing and at some point in his life wanted to get out of a business that had a lot of employees, inventory, overhead, and personnel. So I prejudged the gentleman on 2 levels. Folks, just simply don't make that mistake. Go talk to everybody in a good professional way. Transfer that belief, that passion in the product, and you'll have a great prepaid legal business.